Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome. So today we are doing a full face of some very affordable makeup. So I have a couple of new bits, a couple of bits that I haven't used in quite a while, so I thought I would incorporate into this video. And I actually feel like everything today is under £5. Like, I am at least 99% sure that everything I use is going to be under £5. So let's go with the foundation first. So by Essence, I've got the I Heart Flawless Skin Foundation. So I've had this for a little while, but I've not actually tried it on camera yet. I don't know why. I've just had so many other things that I have been using. And recently I did do a video of full face of Essence. If you want to check that out, I didn't have many products. I think I had about 4 or 5 products that I used, and I do really love Essence. Like, I've been using Essence for quite a long time, and I did say in that video that it's a bit difficult to get Essence in the UK sometimes because there's only one website, which is Just My Look, and then Wilkinson's used to be the main place that I would go, but Wilkinson's in the UK did close down. Although I don't know if they were saying that they kind of brought them back for a little while. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I've kind of used this foundation like once or twice, and it's not too bad. So it is a matte full coverage, which is really what I want in foundations, because as you could tell, my skin is very pigmented. I have rosacea, so I always want to kind of cover up everything on my face. I have the shade 10 Light Porcelain, and I've had a history of not colour matching myself very well when it comes to Essence, because sometimes their foundations are overly pale or they're overly kind of orange. So I tend to go for either the first shade or sometimes the second shade in the kind of collection, and mainly because I don't feel like there's a big shade range anyway, which is obviously not great for a lot of people, especially if they want to try out Essence, because again, they're so affordable. So before, I have put on a moisturizer by the Beauty Crop, which I use all the time. I don't have a primer that I wanted to use today, so I'm kind of just going in just slightly just dry on my skin. And I don't know if I've put on too much, but it is looking very dry on my skin. Like, you can tell that it's um just, of course, it's very pale, like porcelain. I mean, when you look at the bottle itself, it doesn't look too bad, but when I've got it on my actual face, it's kind of, yeah, it's very ghost-like, and it is kind of just very emphasizing on my dry areas. So I'm going to kind of leave that. I mean, maybe next time I'll use it with a sponge, but all my sponges are currently being cleaned, so I I don't have any sponges to use. But so far, we'll see how it works with everything else, because I mean, it might work really well with some other products. So we're going to go on to a bronzer. So this is by Sunkiss, and I actually got this part of a Christmas collection. So I don't have a new bronzer that I wanted to use. So I thought, because I haven't actually used this one, it might be perfect to use it. And I'm kind of, don't know if it's a kind of, oh god, a cop out slightly, because I got this part of a mystery box, but literally the box that not a mystery box, but an advent calendar for Christmas. The calendar itself was like a 25-day calendar for like less than £20, and it was definitely, I feel, worth like a really, really good price, because not that I'm going to do the calculations, but you could probably tell that it's obviously a very affordable brand. And all the products that I got were all pretty decent. There's another product that I have, which is another affordable version that I'm getting, that I'm going to show you guys after. But Sunkiss is a brand that I've not really tried much by, and mainly because I'm not too sure where to kind of get them, but you can find them in a couple of places. I know that there's a shop called Beauty Base in the UK, and they tend to sell like a lot of fragrances, and they do have some Sunkiss, but I'm not too sure how old a lot of their products are, because it seems like they're probably there for a while, because I see a lot of like Milani and stuff there, which is interesting, but it might be there for a while. But you know, this is not like the most amazing bronzer. Like, it is slightly patchy, but I feel like it's okay for a bit of warmth on the face because, as you could tell, the foundation was a little bit too pale. So we're going to go on to blush. So I have a new cream blush by Technic, and I've been so excited to try this because I recently went to my local beauty outlet, and as much as I want to buy so much that they have there, because they always have the new stuff by Technic and also the new stuff by like W7 and everything as well. This was one thing that I really, really wanted to try. So this is their new cream blusher, and it's in the shade Pinch. I only saw 2 different colours there, but they were both very similar. So I'm just going to use this to yeah, get it on. And I've been trying so many cream blushes recently, but I've started to prefer cream blushes over like powder ones. But I really like Technic as a brand. I feel like they have some really, really nice products. And I have said before that they're kind of turning into a bit of a dupe brand like W7, but I think some of Technic stuff, they have like their own merits to them, which is pretty great. So this is going on very nicely. I'm not a fan of this foundation. I don't know if it's because the brush I used didn't work, or I didn't use a primer, but you know, my skin has been quite dry and frustrating recently, but it's getting into spring and I need to start working again on like my skin prep. Like I have my nighttime skincare routine and morning routine for when I'm going to work and going to bed and everything when it comes to looking after my skin. But I feel like I need to kind of make something different for the spring because it's obviously the weather's changing and all this and that. But this is actually quite nice. I think this costs about £3.50 or something like that. So again, it's super affordable. So let's go on to blush. So I think I've used this before, I'm not sure, but this is by W7 and this is their Afterglow. So this is like a mini. When did I get this? I think I got this part of another Christmas box or something. I remember getting this, and it is super cute because it reminds me of like the Huda. It's kind of meant to be a dupe of like a Huda highlighter, but this is a mini version. You can get a big version of this. I think it's like in the like a square pan, but whenever I've used this before, it's super duper nice. So it's got a really nice pigment to it. It's kind of yeah, like W7 are super duper affordable, and again, I say this a lot, that they like to dupe a lot of brands. Like they dupe Huda like there's no tomorrow, and they just so many other brands. But this is definitely a dupe of Huda Beauty. I haven't tried her like proper one, which I've heard is very nice. But yeah, this is quite nice as an alternative. So let's go on to eyes. So I have 2 different eyeshadow palettes. One is by Technic. So I did actually film with this in one of my last videos before I got a microphone, so I kind of deleted that video because I felt like you wouldn't hear me. So I got this eyeshadow palette which looks like a dupe for like the elf eyeshadow palettes, and then I've also got this palette from Temu which I've had for ages. This is called Colourful Rainbow. I mean, this is just, I just got this because it looks super cute. Like I like the packaging, just the most adorable cat. And then these eyeshadows, I don't feel like they're going to be amazing quality, but I really want to test out the shimmer. So I'm going to go in with a couple of these like matte shades. So there's 1 or 2, there's like 2 matte shades. So I'm just going to go in with the matte shades and I'm just going to test out kind of what it's like. If not, then I will go in with that kind of Temu palette, which again, I don't feel like is going to be the most amazing quality because I think it costs like £2.50. But I'm going to see what this first shade is like. When I first tested it out, I did think it was an okay palette. It just had a lot of shimmers, so it's kind of difficult. I like to have a mixture when it comes to my palettes because I need to have a bit of, I need to build up into a shimmer for me personally. But I'm going to go in with this deeper shade now because it is, again, one of the only matte shades in this palette, and I'm going to put it in my crease. So this makeup look is not going to be anything too extravagant. Okay, that matte shade, the kind of brown shade is nice. It's fine. My foundation is looking so freaking bad. Like I look like I'm in June. Like I've been dehydrated my whole life. I have the sand all over my face. It is not looking great and I'm not vibing with it, but we are carrying on. So I'm going to go in with this palette by Temu, and I might just go in with a couple more of the like matte shades as well. So I'm going to go in with this shade. I'm going to see if it does anything, because again, this palette cost me a couple of quid and I'm not expecting, is it even working? Nothing's really coming out. I'm just going to dig my brush in and see what's going to happen, because nothing is transferring, but I'm going to see if it does anything, and then I'm going to try out some of the shimmers. Okay, this is not working. It's literally giving me like nothing. You cannot see anything. I am going to go in just with a shimmer, because why not? I'm going to go in with this middle shade. I'm going to see if the brush does anything. If not, then I will use the warmth of my finger, because that is going to be working. And surprise, surprise, nothing's happening. So let's go in. This video is an odd one today, my god. Okay, that's slightly better. I feel like it's given me a little bit more. It's so like it's so much kind of kickback from that first shade I was trying. Oh wow. Okay. I mean, the shimmer's okay. I'm not gonna say that this is any better than, and oh god, yeah. We're gonna stop using this. Wow. Okay, and now let's just go on to the lips, because I have this new lipstick by W7. Actually, I think it's W7, or is it Technic? I cannot remember for the life of me, and it doesn't even say it on there. I'm pretty sure it's Technic. So this is kind of reminiscent of like the kind of NARS Cosmetics lipsticks, and this is in the shade Blunt Force, and they had a couple of shades, but I thought I'd go for a like a nudie tone, because I wanted to try something different. Okay, apologies, it's by W7. It's literally written right there. My brain is not working. So yeah, this reminds me of their Power Mattes, and I really like those lipsticks because they are really long lasting and they're really nice, but they also cost like £25, and this cost me like £4, I think. So yeah, let's give this a try. This feels really nice. Okay, so it actually reminds me, it definitely does remind me of the NARS one, because it gets messy everywhere. But the thing is, with the NARS one, it kind of starts off really kind of creamy and then it goes really matte. So with this, it's super duper pigmented and it's feeling quite similar, where I don't know how well and how quick it's going to dry down. But I feel like this is probably the best thing about my makeup look today. And also the blush, I wish I could use I'm going to use the blush again, obviously under very different circumstances, but altogether, like, this is my look. I know this is a bit of a weird video and I haven't filmed in over a week, so my kind of thoughts are all over the place, but I mean, when it comes to makeup, I know the foundation doesn't look great. My nose is very, very dry, and I did use quite a bit of moisturizer, because it's a moisturizer that I use a lot. Other than that, I mean, the palettes are not great. I mean, this in general is fine. It's just not as great as I was hoping. This, again, these two brand new products that I even got the other day, best part of what I bought and what I've used today. And I do really love this highlighter. This is a bit patchy here and there, but let me know what you think, and what affordable makeup have you gotten recently that you've been enjoying. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this chaotic style of video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there, and appreciate you sitting down listening to me ramble on. Bye bye.